So it'll be on your. Let me look.
It'll be on RJ's channel.
I'll post it everywhere. I'll post it. I'll give you the link.
Okay. No, I found you. Real talk. Let's see.
Give that.
Oh, live.
Go.
Yes, I see it. Except it's got me.
Let's do. What's up, everyone?
What's happening?
Yo. What's happening?
Huh. So it's like delayed.
Yeah, there's gonna be a delay.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a 5-10 second delay.
Okay. I'll try not to look at the actual.
If you just stop it, the comments still roll through because otherwise it gets really confusing. Because I did the same thing.
Yeah, I was like, why is my face doing that? It's really weird.
Yeah, it doesn't line up.
All right, so let me post this in the group.
Jeff Throttle. Yay. I have this like fabulous lighting that makes you look all airbrushed, but like, but like it like blinds you, and I'm like, I don't care that much.
There's I don't know what is it, a ring light or whatever? That's what.
Yeah, that's what music uses, right?
Like this one's like giant, like huge.
I don't have
like
one.
$100.
Oh, sounds expensive.
RJ thinks he's too pretty as it is.
Oh no.
It's like a dress up for you guys. I'm wearing, I don't know if you yet, but I'm wearing my Golden Girls t-shirt.
Oh, yeah? You're wearing the Golden Girls shirt?
Yeah.
My wife would love that.
I couldn't.
All right. Okay, I posted in a few groups. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna give it a thumb.
Couple minutes until people come in.
How's sales been today?
Horrible.
Today's like a record low for me. It's like,
let me see.
It's like 9 sales.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
9 sales.
Mine are like, it's like it just goes,
yeah, it's horrible.
I'm at 24 sales today. It's horrible. It's a horrible day.
You guys are both locked, right?
Yeah, still locked. I can't upload. Not yet.
Oh. Yep. Me too.
All right. We're at 20. It's going down for us too, but it's still, we're doing a little bit better, I think, because we're unlocked.
You see that comment? Matt took my hat.
I had this hat.
Well, stand tuned. Bad day for sales. But you know, when it's a bad day for sales, I just look at my FBA account and it like makes me feel better. I look at those Christmas sales with my private label stuff and I'm like, okay, that's all right. It's not like I poured money into merch or anything, for inventory.
Exactly.
Matt, are you doing FBA?
I am not. We did FBA at the beginning of the year, a little bit, and then we had our wedding and kind of shut everything down. And then we got back from the wedding, we started doing merch full time. So the plan is 2018. I want to get into private label.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab the paper real quick.
Okay.
Got PJs on, got electric blanket. Just like,
where do you live, Kristin?
But I'll be up till like 2 a.m. anyways. So.
Where do you live?
I am in Ohio.
Ohio.
beautiful Ohio. So excited to be here.
It's cold over there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not horrible right now, but we have days. I used to live in upstate New York, so this is like
Oh, okay. Way colder over
nothing. Yeah. It would take me hours to like dig out my car sometimes, and
Nope, not happening. But that's why I live in California.
yeah. Well, I went to grad school, so it's kind of
Oh, gotcha.
didn't have a ton of choices.
My
I'm
dad
from
tried.
Michigan.
Oh, okay. My dad tried to talk me into going to school in South Dakota, and I told him no. There's snow there. No, thank you.
Yeah. Good decision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So basically we're just gonna start with the last 7 days. Let's do the little. So today I'm at 24 sales. Yesterday was 26 sales. I thought yesterday was a horrible day, but today I'll probably finish the same. And you can tell that they're just throttling just all the sales still. Like, I don't know, it's just weird.
Yeah.
I don't even like talking about it right now because it gets me mad because
It's just out of your hands.
yeah, just there's nothing you can do. Like, you expected this. Like, something bad is gonna happen. It's too good to be true. It can't be good all the time. It just can't be. So I was expecting this to happen, and now yeah.
It's being an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
It's just
100%.
exactly.
up
So,
and down.
last 7 days, I'm at 1723, 1723 and profit and 359 shirts sold.
Nice.
Month to date,
Good.
I'm at 5517, $5,517 in profit. And yeah, that's it. You guys can go ahead, Matt.
All right. We're at 20 on the day. And for the week, I think we're at 204. And then month to date, we've sold 557 shirts for $3,083.69.
All right.
Kristin,
Well,
go ahead.
Yeah, today I had a whopping 9 sales, which is like a record low in more recent days. My 7-day total was 172, and I made $968 this week, which is like crazy low. And then this month I made 968 sales for a total of $5,545 profit.
Well, it seems kind of weird because it seems like they're attacking the higher tiers now, huh? Doesn't it? Like, as soon as you hit like the 5,000 mark,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like, okay, that's enough for you.
Yeah. I think my total sales, I'm at the 2K tier, and my total sales is just under 7,000. So, and I was doing really well last month.
Yeah, you had a really good month last month. I remember that.
Well, yeah, I was almost to 5 figures. If there was one more day in the month, I would have been at about 10K. So that was exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad. But I'm trying to, come up with like Q4 strategy for next year.
Yeah, like next year it's gonna be crazy for sure. But I think like with the Q4 strategy, that way this is like one of the mistakes that I'm thinking. Like the mistake that I made was like not doing my own website. I think because you see how like they just throttled all of us and shipping time, but you can't complain because it's like you did really good.
Right.
I mean, I think there's merit too to taking like your best-selling designs, your evergreen designs, and actually having them sent into FBA because they're gonna sell. Like, and the profit margins there and everything else that you can just have Printful do the fulfillment for you with Amazon. And it kind of gets you around some of the throttling too.
Did you do some of that at all?
I didn't, but I was thinking about it after everything went down, everything got locked down. It's like, the shirt's going to sell. The numbers are there. You've had it, for us, like we've had a shirt that's been up for like 5 months. It consistently sells, 30 to 40 copies a month. Like the numbers are there. I know what it's going to sell.
Mm-hmm. So you would just have to create a different listing.
Correct. Yeah. So you're kind of competing against yourself until everything gets throttled, and then you're the only listing sitting there.
Well, I noticed that I was getting sales on T-shirts that weren't indexed.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go and I would check. I'm like, oh, that's random, and I would go check, and it was de-indexed in the search, but obviously people can find it because it still exists. So I don't know because we don't get that data.
Right.
Etsy, they kind of do tell you some of the channels in which people are coming, finding your listings, but obviously we don't have that info. It'd be awesome if we did, but it's still in Google. My stuff's indexed in Google. And I have some Pinterest going on after hearing all about the Jersey guys strategy. Right. But I don't know how they're finding my stuff. If it's just social media, which I'm not really big on, and I probably should be, but I have no idea what happened this Q4.
Yeah, I think that's across the board.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, like the random shirts that would sell too. Like we had so many random shirts sell the last 2 weeks where they had never sold before. And I can only assume it's because there's nothing else out there. So these are what are popping up in search.
Yeah, I know there's a couple of people that I know that are they sent their coffee mugs into FBA, but they get them for a cheaper price because it's more like they can break easily and they're more heavier, so they get them like there's some weird number like $4 a coffee mug printed, but because they have a deal, and I really can't say too much about that. He was on track to do some crazy number this year because he's competing with himself. He's drop shipping it on Amazon, but not only is he doing that, he's actually sent it in to FBA.
So. I do have some coffee mugs, not really inspired by merch, but just that I had created, sent in to Amazon, and I'm selling them for like $17 right now, and people are buying them because you can kind of jack up the prices during Christmas. Something gets traction. People will pay some pretty, prices that I probably wouldn't pay for stuff.
That's great. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Just mind boggling. I'm all confused right now.
So how did you get your start in merch, Kristin?
Okay. So, I was doing FBA. So I was sort of in between. So I left a government job, first of all. I was like, I need to get out of here. And I have a PhD in clinical psychology, and I've got a license to practice. And I moved to another state with my now ex, and then we broke up, and I was in the process of getting my license. And while I was getting my license, it takes a little while to get your license to practice. And my plan was to open up a private practice, but also do my Etsy store. So I jewelry on Etsy. I was doing hand stamped bracelets and all kinds of stuff, and I was doing pretty good. But it's physical and it's kind of exhausting. But it was kind of supporting me, throughout the move and trying to get my license. And then we broke up, and I moved up closer to my family, and I stopped doing the Etsy thing, and I joined an online group, and I tried search engine optimization, like the whole client thing. If you guys know what that is. And I was like, I really don't like working with people. I don't really like having clients. So another part of training that I was in was Amazon. Like, you could get training in that. And I was like, oh, you send your stuff in. You really don't have to deal with the customer too much. Sometimes you do, but basically you don't have to ship it. You don't have to make it. I'm like, this sounds really awesome. Even though Amazon takes a good cut, really, kind of got me juiced up. And I started doing some RA, some wholesale bundling, and then I moved into private label. And, if you're in the Amazon space, people start talking about merch. And finally, I applied like the summer before last, 2016. And I got in September of last year. Didn't really take it too seriously. I'm like, I'm not a designer, but, I'll throw up some text-based designs, and I didn't pay too much attention to it. And then I didn't even know about the freeze during Q4 last year. I had no idea because I wasn't uploading or doing anything. But when I went into my account, I made like $1,000. I was like, that's really cool. Maybe I should.
That'll get you interested real quick.
Yeah. So in January of last year, I was like, all right, let me focus a little bit. Then I would focus a little bit. Then I would lose interest. Then I would focus a little bit. I would lose interest. And then, finally, it was kind of closer to fall of this year. I was like, let me get serious about this.
Okay.
My mom got really sick. She was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And I remember during the time when she was in the hospital, I was like, oh my gosh, I really need to, I'm like a one-person machine. And I found RJ's group, and RJ is going on and on about outsourcing designers. And I was like, okay, I need to bite the bullet and just get a designer. So I followed RJ's advice and kind of like the process that he did in hiring a designer on the onlinejobs.ph.
Okay.
And I found somebody, literally the first person, she's worked out. So I knew if I made that commitment where somebody's going to be depending on me for money, you know, and I have her design every single day, and it keeps me accountable too. And that's kind of helped me stay on track and grow my business so that when things happen, you know, if my mom ends up back in the hospital or just whatever, I can, you know, I don't have everything automated. I just have this one person, you know, that designs stuff, but I'm getting there. You know, I can take my stuff and be wherever I need to be and still have my business on track.
So you got lucky with the first try, right?
The first try. Oh yeah, the designer. Yeah. You know, I chose somebody that did a good design and that was like super responsive, like right away. Because there were some, because I did the design test where I gave them a couple of examples. I said, make this better. You know, do 2 designs for me. Here's 2 designs that I think that I had made that were really crappy, and I had them redo it. And this one girl, she responded right away. She did the design, you know, very quickly, was very responsive, and I liked her work. You know, it kind of jived with my style. And you know, she's not like 100% reliable all the time, but she's pretty good. You know, she's definitely a keeper. So you know, that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah, it's crazy because that's like the number one thing I hear people complain about is that they can't, like, every single design they suck. But that's part of the thing. That's like one of the most hardest things to do is just find a good designer. So yeah. But once you're good, you're good.
Right. Absolutely. So, you know, every once in a while she'll not like get back to me in a timely manner, or, you know, I can tell when she's being rushed with her designs, but you know, when she knocks out of the park and she does a good job, it's like, all right, that's why she's working for me.
But then it also makes you better too as well, because you understand what sells. Like, you know that if she makes a design and you see it, you can see that the actual design, the colors are popping. You know, it looks good. You know, the layout and stuff like that. You start to get better at that, and then
yeah. But
I mean, can you guys look at
crappy still sell?
Can you guys look at design? Can you guys look at designs now and just go, that's going to sell? Because I feel more often than not like I can do that. Like, you just see a design and you're like, for sure that's going to sell. Like, and it might not sell immediately, but like we've had, I don't know, like 4 or 5 that my wife has done. I'm just like, that's so much better than anything else that's out there. For sure that's going to sell. And like literally it sells the next day.
Well, okay. My second designer, I was trying to figure out like what she was doing wrong, because she was doing something wrong. She's an artist. She has her own website and she's an artist, but she's from overseas. But I was trying to figure out what she was doing wrong, but it seemed like she was like the spacing between the designs, between each, like, I wouldn't even say, how would you say that? Like, we love you or something like that. And it's like 2 lines. She would, it was just more spacing. It's too much space between it. And I told her that, and then she's like, please tell me next time, please. And then I was like, okay, well, I didn't know exactly what was going on. I was trying to communicate with you, but I didn't know how to tell you. And now she's killing it. I was like, wow.
Yeah. My designer actually did kind of something similar. Like, she was making designs where like things were like far apart like that. And I'm like, no, really fill the space. And actually I just went in Photoshop and quick, you know, kind of spread out and got things closer together and just sent her that quick, you know, PNG file, and was like, this is kind of what I want versus what you did, you know. Yep. And I kind of had them side by side, and that helps.
Yeah, because I don't know, like, you can just go on there and you go on the Amazon, you can see what the #1 design is, like what's selling on there other than like merch. Like, you'll go on there, you can see a third party selling a design, and it's obviously selling really good because it's on Etsy too. And it's the same design, it's selling good. And you look at that and you compare it to that, you're like, okay, gotta make it similar to this. So
yeah, sometimes like where I give her an example and say, make this better, maybe, you know, change some of the words, make the design, you know, make the design different enough. And then sometimes I just give her like words, you know, a phrase, and I say, include some graphics related topics in there, and I let her go, so that she doesn't have anything to kind of reference. So it's totally her, you know,
let her be creative.
Yeah. Yeah, I do that a lot. But, you know, before I had a designer, one of the things, because I was, you know, in the 1K tier right before I got my designer, and that's what was that 20 a day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 20 a day. And then so what I was doing was I created, and I think was it Michael, what's his last name? Essany touched on this in a post that he did. And it was exactly what I was doing, where, you know, I was doing all my designing, and that kind of sucks. And I'm, you know, and to create an original design like 20 times or however many I want to fill per day, you know, was tough. So what I did is I made like one design, you know, it was mostly text based with some accents, where I could interchange, or I could just change out the word for different things. And so I could get like 50, you know, 100 different designs from one design, you know, change out like a person, you know, mom, dad, whatever, occupation or education, degree, just, you know, whatever kind of word. And I was able to just replicate and kind of scale more quickly that way. And I kind of, you know, recommend that as maybe one strategy people can do if they're trying to fill slots and move up in tiers, but they're, you know, maybe kind of not wanting to hire a designer right now and they're doing it themselves. That way you only make kind of one design, and then you can just switch things.
Well, even if you have a designer too, it's a nice way to not pay as much per design. Like if you have a little bit of skills, just understanding how, like, make sure you get the PSD from them along with the PNG. Because if you can do that, if you can just change around the words and everything else, like you're not spending $2 a design or whatever people are spending to do that.
One of the things I did with my designer is, I think I pay her, it's probably a little too much, but I pay her like 25 cents to do the variations.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'll say do one for mom, dad, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, and I'll give you 25 cents each. And
gotcha. Do you have like a standard list that you give her, like do this every single time, or does it just depend on the design?
It just, yeah, I'm not that worried yet.
I think over time, once you start designing a lot of designs, like the designer should know that, okay, mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, because with my main designer, he knows that, and he's like, "Should I make this?" I'm like, "Yeah, go for it. You got it. Good job."
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I just like to spell out everything, and I don't really have a team of people yet other than her, but I do have a cousin who he comes on for, you know, like a day a week, and helps me out. So I'm still a stickler. I still do my own keyword research. I do the listing text, but what I do is I save it. I'll quick go through all the designs for the day, and I'll save it in I have a program, an extension called RoboForm, and I think it's kind of similar to what you guys probably use, that software, the merch
Lister Pro.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't use that. I use something called RoboForm, and I think it's like $20 a year. And it's something I was already familiar with before merch. So that's up that other program. It's basically a form filler. Like you can just save different forms, different templates. So I could have like one bullet point filled out that's like a standard bullet point, for example, and it's just labeled, and I'll just form fill that like second generic bullet point or something. Or I can just save a whole listing, and if I want to upload that to standard, premium, long sleeve, you know, whatever, he can just he can go in once I do that, just boom, 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 and upload them for me.
Nice.
So that's something.
Next year, have you been uploading to Anvil and Premium and long sleeve?
Not long sleeves much, which is probably why my numbers aren't as good. So approaching Q4, before the freeze, and around the time we got unlocked for the long sleeves, I was maxed out at 2K. So I was, and you know, I still have her do, even now I have her do her 15 designs every weekday. So I'm stockpiling them. But I was at 2K, you know, and just full when the happened. Okay. So I would delete some here every day a little bit, and then I would upload a little bit, but I couldn't upload a ton of longs, unfortunately.
Yeah, because I know your numbers are up there pretty high. You're at 2K, and your keywords are probably really good.
I like keywords.
Okay, it's like because you're killing it for how many designs you have.
I'm in keywords. I don't know. I think I am. I think I have a skill for keywords, but I don't know how to describe it. Sorry, guys.
my uploader, because that's another thing too. I was getting on her at the very last couple of months. Her keywords like they sucked, and I was like, "What are you doing? Like, if you can't do it, I'll do it." And
for everything.
yeah,
Crappy design and have just good keywords, and people will find you. Versus a really great design and people can't find you. I think I'm good at thinking about what people will search for. What are they going to put in that search bar, and utilizing the space that they give me and testing.
Are you filling out the bullet points and descriptions and everything too as well, or?
Not the description, but I'm rethinking that. I'm thinking of just possibly repeating the bullet points in the description. And I think you guys have talked about this too, how on mobile, if you're looking at a t-shirt in mobile, it will show the description first, then the bullet points below that. So I might, do a quick form filler, like maybe something standard in there, or repeat the bullet points. I'm not sure what I want to do yet, but I think it might be worth doing that.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to figure out too. Just like, I honestly, at some point, it was like, I don't think the description's worth it anymore. But I'm not doing it, so.
Yeah, I think I did it in the very beginning, like September 2016, for like the first 10 designs, and I was like, screw this.
Just think about just think about it this way. This is kind of the way that I'm thinking about it, because this is a business of scale, right? So like if filling out your description results in like 2% more conversions for you across 6,000 designs, like that adds up every single month. Like it's a significant number. So I feel like if you can do it like you're talking about, where you've already done the work on your bullet points and everything else, maybe you just have like a standard call to action, like buy now, great shirt, whatever, you know what I mean? Like have that filled up, so you're not spending the extra time on it, it just automatically fills it. You don't lose anything. It's not like it's costing you any real time.
Yeah, definitely. That might be a good idea. Just something standard that can be applied, just across the board. Really saves, not a lot of time, and easy just to boom, 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 and keep going.
Yeah, that's another thing too. You said you were doing Pinterest as well, so you're running ads from Pinterest to Amazon.
Yeah, it's just something I just started. Like legit just started like 2 days ago.
Nice.
And the Jersey guys have talked about this too, and that's where I was kind of like, oh, maybe Pinterest. And then they had, what's his name, Neil was on there.
Yeah.
Him or you guys, I don't remember who it was, but and he was talking about driving traffic from Pinterest to merch. So that kind of got me thinking too. So my strategy is, I've got an Amazon's associates account, had it forever. I created a tracking just for Pinterest, and when I upload a pin, the URL is that special tracking URL, so I can kind of monitor how many clicks are coming from Pinterest.
Yeah,
I don't know the exact, unless they buy something, I don't know what actual listing that they're clicking on. It doesn't give me that data. But
so you're doing the traffic conversion on Pinterest, correct? Or
I just been trying to like pin stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, let me pin it. I might get a little more organized and have somebody actually maybe, get on there for me and like just pin stuff. But it's not really an organized strategy yet. Just something I've been doing here and there.
I tried it and I got some horrible numbers.
Oh, did you do the ads?
Yeah, but then I got mad too. I was like, you know what? Why am I driving traffic from another platform to Amazon? Like, they don't deserve the traffic that I'm driving. Like, let me do it on my own website. And that's when me and Matt started talking. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And he was like, yeah, you're correct on that, because if I'm going to be driving traffic from a different platform, I want it to be to my own website, so I can take their email, so I can see where they came from. Like, that's the next thing for next year, is to make my own website.
You want all that data too.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Shopify one, or just that links to Amazon?
Shopify.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll get all into that too very soon, and then I have all kinds of information and knowledge on that too as well. So it'll be pretty good for all of us, I think.
All right, cool. But the thing I love about Amazon is it's got so much traffic itself that you just don't, like there's so much possibility to grow without even, doing anything outside of Amazon. And then during Q4, you really, when they're throttling things and they don't have inventory in, we can't select any sizes.
Yeah.
Find colors and all that. So it kind of almost doesn't matter if people are there and they find your stuff and they can't order anyways. because so many of my shirts were just out of stock for almost all the sizes and all the colors.
Yeah, it's just horrible. I don't know, it's horrible.
All right, I'm good. Give me a moment. It's almost over.
It is, exactly. That's why 10 more days, 9 more days, and we're done.
Yeah, I think we're all on the same page. It's just like, all right, we're done with Q4. Like, let's move on. Like, let's open up our accounts and get back to work, because this, I mean, at least we can actually upload. I can upload 3 a day, and I can edit prices and stuff like that. So, I mean, I realize, like, first world problems, like, you know, we're in a better shape than most people, but still, it's like, we've got designs built up. Like, I just want to get back to work and start building our account out.
And also, too, are you uploading on Etsy at all?
Who? Me or him?
You, Kristin. Sorry.
No.
Have you been uploading?
Not right. Remember, I told you.
No?
I said people are already like, "Where's my stuff?" Blah, blah, blah. So as soon as like the deadline for the printful hit that Friday, later that day, I just put mine on vacation mode. I'm gonna open it like maybe the 25th of December. So because I don't want to deal with the whole like deadline Christmas thing, because people can get annoying. I don't know.
That's all the messages I got. Like, is it coming before Christmas? I'm just like, oh man.
I told you not to do it.
Hey, I got like 4 sales yesterday.
Yeah, I'd that up for no stress. Not dealing with people.
You've got more patience than I do, RJ. Like we got a message from a guy like right after the cutout. Like, will this get here before Christmas? It better. And I was just like, done. Like, shutting it down. Like, I refunded your money. I'm done. I'm putting it on vacation mode until after Christmas. Not dealing with this.
Well, apparently I ruined somebody's Christmas apparently because I put a note. I didn't see a note that said I was supposed to write in the package, "Do not open until Christmas."
Oh.
I
know.
I got nasty. I ruined somebody and they were scared. Somebody had just moved and they were scared, like that somebody had their address, and I made the person scared because I didn't write. Yeah, it was like really convoluted and weird. I didn't understand the message, but I ruined somebody's Christmas and made them scared. I have no idea what happened. So after that, I was like, screw this.
Last week, Matt told me to turn off what was it, the custom orders. So I turned them, and then I got an order yesterday. And there's like, can you put this print on the back and then put this one? I was like, oh man, I'm not even gonna respond to this message.
Yeah, didn't I tell you? Respond? Oh no, that's somebody else. I did when they like write me asking for a custom whatever, t-shirt or mug. Actually, I do mostly mugs on there. I just don't even answer them. They don't have I don't think they have metrics like Amazon does. Like Amazon FBA, you have to respond within 24 hours or you get a ding. So, and then they can rate you as a seller on Amazon FBA. And if you get like too many low ratings, negative ratings, they can actually suspend your account, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So Etsy, I don't think they do that. So that's good.
Yeah. Just ignore people. Kristin Harris, you heard it here.
Ignore.
Didn't respond.
Horrible.
I had another one too. She said that the shirt was too small, or the shirts were too. No, yeah, they were too small. She needs a next size up, and she just messaged me today. She's like, "Can you pay for expedite shipping, and I'll get it before Christmas?" I'm just like, "Oh my, it's not happening."
Right. Well, that's why I did a lot of mugs. That's why I did mugs. So I was like, people can't complain about the size. At most, it's going to be maybe a broken mug or the wrong mug. And I think I had one broken mug, and I just like refunded the person. And oh no, I just ordered another one, so it was like way ahead of time. So that worked out. But I didn't want to deal with sizing issues with people, so I did mostly mugs.
Now, are you doing your own designs on the mugs, or are you having your designer do that also?
I am taking some of the merch designs.
Okay.
That seems because not every like t-shirt design is gonna look good on a mug or make sense on a mug, but I took the ones that did.
Okay, cool.
And threw those up. It didn't take too much time. Like I would just do a couple here, a couple there, and I think I ended up with like 100. And I think I was doing like 5 sales a day or something up until the deadline, or more than that actually up until the deadline. Yeah, I was increasing, and I was like, oh, I don't want to deal with people, so I just shut it down. So, but that's the beauty of Etsy. Like, you're not relying on it for your income. Out and you want to put it on vacation mode, I might, do that from time to time during other seasons.
That's why when I seen Etsy, when I seen people that were there, I guess there's a few people. Only way I figured out about Etsy, I have my buddy named Michael, and his family owns a business on the East Coast, and he showed me a screenshot of somebody on Etsy. They already had like about 100 orders before 6 a.m. And I'm like, wow, what is going on?
That's great.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And that's how I jumped on it. And when I jumped on it, then I kind of started telling people about it. And then
I threw up my stuff on my old shop and changed my shop banner and changed the description. So I'm using my old store that I already had like 1,200 sales on. So I've got all the stars and all that good stuff. And I did have somebody message me on Etsy because I'm using the brand name that I use for Etsy is the brand name that I use on FBA. So someone was like, do you have this in stock here? And I'm like, no, I don't sell that item here. And somebody actually found me on Etsy from Amazon, which is kind of cool. So I stayed kind of consistent with that and just used the FBA brand name for my store.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of thought into Etsy, honestly. But I already had a foundation where I was kind of semi-successful on Etsy, and I kind of knew how to make listings and all that good stuff.
So on Etsy, do you use Etsy Rank, Marmalade, any other tools?
Mm-mm.
No?
Mm-mm. No.
Just freestyle and just put it out there?
I just reached out. I think, coming into the merch space, the one thing that really helped me was just having that FBA foundation, where I was already selling. I already had a Christmas on FBA under my belt, and this is my second one. When you have physical products that you have to send into Amazon, you're going to work hard to figure out what you need to do in your listing and outside of your listing to get your stuff ranked and sold. On merch, you don't necessarily have to do giveaways and all that stuff to get your product ranked because you're not really as invested. You didn't plop down all this money on inventory. You can, if you put up a t-shirt, you can just forget it, kind of thing. So having that foundation really helped me. And for you guys that don't do FBA, when you create a listing in Seller Central, there's so much more to that listing than what we get.
Right, because you have the whole back end and everything else.
Oh yeah, there's so many more fields and so much more that you have control over than you do on merch. So that background really helped me. As far as like keywords go, I don't really use tools. I don't really use tools. Like I see people asking about like, should I buy merchant words? Should I buy this? Should I buy that? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't really use it.
So then how do you brainstorm from keywords? Like, what do you do? Are you just like
sometimes I use Amazon itself a lot. And let's say there's like an occupation that I'm not really familiar with. Like, let's say I want to do like a certain type of, let's say I want to do like a generic engineer one. Well, maybe if I do an engineer t-shirt, I want to not just target engineers in general, but people that maybe are specifically looking for types of engineers. So I might quick Google what types of engineers there are. And I might have that either in my title or my bullet points, depending on how much, room I've got to put things. So I'm like, okay, civil, electrical, blah, blah, blah. I forget the different types of engineers, but you get my point. Like I might just Google something to see what stuff is related to, like we got the Olympics, and I don't know what I'm going to do yet with designs once they unlock me, because I know there's a little bit of like, what should I do? What shouldn't I do? But like for that, like I don't know a lot about curling. So maybe I'll just quick Google curling and see kind of what what things are called.
Yeah.
Wikipedia.
With that, throw some of those keywords in, or I go on Amazon itself and I might type not just like curling's not the best example. Maybe I won't just type in engineer t-shirt and see, I'll do that and kind of quick see what there is. Or any more like that might be a niche that I'm really familiar with, and I don't have to do that once you've done it a couple of times. But I might just type in engineer gift and see what kind of gifts are ranked kind of highly and selling well, because I've got like the tools like DS Quick View that just show the BSR and like, oh, that's selling well, and that's like a engineer mug or whatever, and I'll quick look at their title. I don't really even go into the listing necessarily. I'll just take a quick look. Maybe there's a keyword I hadn't thought of, and maybe quick throw it in. But then once you get to know a niche, you don't need to go do all that stuff. You get pretty familiar. And then every once in a while, even with a niche that I'm familiar, I might go and do that and just take another look and see if, maybe there's something else. But I just use Amazon itself and then maybe Google to find out more information about a topic. And that's literally kind of all I do. And search suggest. Amazon search suggest. And see what drops down when I start typing in a word, a topic, or whatever. So that's really my keyword strategy.
It's pretty smart.
I wish there were better people.
Pretty smart.
But guess what? You don't have to pay for anything using my strategy.
I mean, I pay for a couple of different tools. I use Amazon more often than not.
Yeah.
Like it's just easier. Like they're giving you the information right there. You know that is straight from Amazon. Like they're telling you what they think that you're searching for. So if they're telling you that, that's probably what they think other people are searching for.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's pretty much
the best tool you have. Because I used to have, when I signed up for Amazon, I used to have merchant words, and then I never used it, and then I was like, well, let me just use Google Keyword Planner, but then that wasn't even worth it either. Which you don't pay for that. I think I have a campaign running on one of my like 1 cent a bid or something, that just to have Keyword Planner, because you have to have something like
right. You have to have an active campaign before it'll actually give you keywords.
But I can tell you the last time I was in Keyword Planner either. Yes, Donnie. And I don't do that often enough, go into incognito mode so that they don't have your kind of history guiding you to look for words. What's competitive prancing, Donnie?
Like Donnie selects, he's giving us Olympic sports.
Oh, I'll prance around. There we go. Maybe the next Olympics that'll be in there, man.
So let's talk about private label for a little bit, because I think I know it interests me and RJ. And so you're talking about like your launch strategy, right? Like doing giveaways and stuff. Do you use any like Viral Launch or any of those companies out there to do your launch? Or are you doing this yourself?
Okay, so I haven't gone. I know I shared like my numbers for Q4 and they seem big, but that's really big, if that makes sense.
Right.
I did a past 30 days. Let me refresh my screen. I'm like waiting. It's just like one of those things where you refresh the numbers and it gives you a 30-day total for how much revenue you have.
Yeah.
And I'm at like $98,571, and I just want it to be like 100,000 even. So bad. Like the 6 digits so bad. But that's like when you're doing private label, it's usually like 30% or whatever is your profit. So
I mean,
to put that number in
30% on 100K is still it's a nice chunk of change. It's nice. It's nothing to sneeze at.
It is, but like merch has grown more important to me, and then Amazon FBA I've had a passion for a little while now, and those are like the main things right now. And then I have an office, and I have my license to practice in Ohio, and I literally see patients like 1 day a week. I go over to my office like 5 minutes away, and I'll see like 5 people, and then I'm good, and then I'll go do my Amazon stuff, and it's awesome. That's my life. But yeah, private label, I haven't gone too big yet. I have sourced like one product from China so far, and that's an experience. That's kind of tough, because sometimes the quality is not so great, but it's like a really simple like wooden product that even when they mess up on, it's not super expensive. But yeah, I started doing 2 summers ago. I started getting just stuff manufactured on kind of a small quantities, and then kind of throwing them up there, testing the waters, doing more so little giveaways to get things kind of started. Family and friends, and have them buy it and kind of reimburse them and do stuff like that.
Right.
Not supposed to do that stuff.
Did you so when you sourced the product, did you make the product better?
Yeah, I did my own version of things.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely have my own spin that I like to do. And then I want to go bigger this year. But yeah, there are services for doing launches where you'll pay them money and it's kind of do things for you. If I go bigger, I will probably go for, a company. I'll have to ask around to see actually, I do know of somebody that does them, but it would be for a time when I'm going bigger.
Right.
So I haven't done like huge giveaways. I'll do like 10, 20
Mm-hmm.
of each product, or, if I've got like a negative review and I kind of brought some of the stars down, I'll give away a few more to people that I know or people that they know.
Gotcha.
People in this group, people are happy to help you out, and they like my stuff because my stuff is like really, people like to give them my stuff as gifts.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. So that really, because I have products like that really gave me an advantage on merch, because I already know keywords that people search for to find stuff to give to them, add whatever, and I kind of built upon that foundation and doing my keyword research. But keywords are everything.
That's really. I noticed that too. So when I was first doing merch, I was like, oh, look at this, could be actually be a good private label too as well. And I noticed that when I was researching, like I'll see like private labels pop up and I'm just like, oh, it's like doesn't have that many reviews and the competition is not that much. So
you're talking about when you're using Unicorn Smasher and you're seeing that private label stuff pop up.
Well, on the bottom too as well. Like I'll see it just pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Also made like this. So this has nothing to do with what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So private label.
I told RJ, like, I was like, you should take a course, because that's what I did. And I continue to get, I pay just for like kind of weekly webinars and updated content from my mentor, pay a couple $1,000 a year, which is not a lot of money for her content, because
if it's the right information, it's worth every bit of it.
It's worth more than that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we have webinars once a week where she presents up-to-date information, things that she's testing. They're on merch a little bit, although not as, I think, hardcore as I am, but and then she knows people, like she does, she can do like $1 million in a month in sales, and she hangs out and networks constantly with people at that same level, and they share information. Then she'll share, she'll test it out and do different things, and then share some of that, not all of it, obviously, with us. So it gives us, a good advantage. Things like when I would, like at one point I saw people complaining, that's not a negative thing, but they're complaining that they were like cutting and pasting into the search their bullet points and their products weren't coming up, meaning that like the bullet points weren't indexing or something. And I knew why they weren't, but I wasn't going to tell people, because that's information that I got from my group and from my own testing.
Right.
I don't know why they weren't indexing. I'm not going to tell people everything.
We're gonna get her in the private group right now.
Uh-huh.
I'm just over here thinking like,
But I mean,
like, I know. And Amazon changes their rules for things all the time.
Yeah.
So like with my FBA items, sometimes I'll go in and make a change, and then I go in and check to see if that keyword is indexed, and it's not. And I need to figure out why it's not indexing and figure out how to get it indexing. Do you guys know how to see if your keywords are indexed for your stuff? Your t-shirts?
no, go ahead and explain it.
Go ahead.
Take your ASIN. You know what the ASIN is?
Yeah.
Right? You put and make sure you choose the right ASIN. I think you got to choose the parent. Is that the parent? That's the one that's indexed? Whatever one is indexed.
That's the main one. Yes.
And an easy way to find the parent, see, all of my stuff is so throttled. I can't find an example on my computer, but I use to see like what's the parent, what's the variations. I use the Rev Seller extension, and it's free for like 30 days. But it'll tell you also what colors and sizes and types of shirts are in stock, not in stock. Which I try not to do right now because it like bothers me. When I look at some of the best-selling t-shirts that are aimed towards women, and like every single color and size for a woman is like out of stock. But it's a cool extension. But yeah, take whatever because usually I think there's like one ASIN that's like actually So figure out which one that is, put it in the search box, and then put the keyword
next to it.
box. And if it shows shirt, then it's indexed. If it's not, it's not indexed.
Oh, interesting.
So if you write your bullet points and you in one of your keywords is panda, or not panda. Panda would be like in the title, but if one of your keywords is like birthday gift in the bullet points, and you want to know if like your bullet points are indexed, you can just put in your ASIN and like some of the words, you know, like a word or two, and see if that's indexed.
Okay, cool.
So little tip.
I definitely have to go test this out.
I was gonna say, sounds like something to work on.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard right now because everything's like, all my stuff's like de-indexed except very few things. So just make sure it's indexed first, because if it's not indexed and you're doing that, you'll think that, you know, it's not going to show right now. But once things are unthrottled, that's a tip.
Hopefully. Yeah.
So what are your goals for 2018, Kristin?
That's what I was going to ask next.
I'd love to be like super unthrottled, and I'd love to be at 12K. But maybe what's beyond 12K? Is there something?
There's all kinds of secrets and stuff. No one wants to.
Yeah, nobody wants to spell this stuff.
I want to be beyond 12K in the magical, mystical unicorn land of pandas and sloths and all the unicorns, where I have to like can't talk about.
Right.
Have access. I feel like that's.
There's one person that told me. They told me that there's 12K, and he's seen the actual account, and he messaged me. We're not even friends on Facebook, but I recognize him in a couple of groups, and then he sent me a message, and he's like, "Be careful for this guy. Watch this guy," and like just gave me the rundown. Really? Yeah. So
that's cool. But that's where I want to be, and my strategy is, you know, you got the two types of t-shirts, and then you got the long sleeves. And with being, you know, getting geared up, and hopefully it'd be awesome if I could skip the 4K tier right now. That would be really awesome. Donnie says after 12K, I get a date with Jeff Bezos. And then maybe I can accuse him of sexual harassment.
Right.
No.
Not gonna touch that.
Okay, moving on. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so it's beyond 12K. So yeah, I'm gonna like upload everything into those three, like each design into those, you know, 3 types of shirts. And then if I have more room, I might like invert the design. You know, if something's for a black t-shirt, I might have my designer create it for a white t-shirt or the light colors, and then repeat that process with like the light colored t-shirts to really spread myself out. And then I know I need to outsource like crazy, but I don't know what my next step with outsourcing is.
I think we just all need to just leverage. We need to leverage every single platform and just help each other, because it's like we're gonna tell there's 30 people watching it right now, watching the YouTube live, but there's only probably not even 1 or 2 people that are gonna do exactly what you say.
Do it.
And that's just how it is. I'm not putting no one down, just how it is.
No, it's true. It's hard to, you know, not everybody's in the place where they won't, like, they think about taking action, but they don't.
Yeah. But I think we just help each other out. If we all do it, we're good.
Way. But, you know, like sometimes life is telling you, like, you need to, like, work your butt off. See, I didn't cuss. I haven't cussed yet.
I don't think I've cussed either. That's a miracle.
Yes. Yes.
We might make it through one show.
I messaged RJ ahead of time because I was like, damn it. I'm really, you know, can I cuss on this show? Because I was like thinking, oh no. If I did a good job, I didn't think about it. But yeah, sometimes life is like, gets in the way, but then sometimes life tells you like, you need to freaking do something.
Yeah.
It kind of kicks you in the butt. And for me, it was kind of my mom getting diagnosed with cancer, and now she's, you know, she's doing okay, but there's no cure for it. And I knew courses at times are going to be needed to be like super focused on her. And I want to make sure that she has everything that she needs. That, you know, we weren't sure what was going to happen. If we needed to travel to get experimental treatment, to like try and prolong her life, if we needed to go somewhere. And I wanted, and that kind of, you know, that pushed me. I wanted to be able to pay. I want to be able to pay for whatever she needs. I don't want her to miss out on anything. If her insurance doesn't pay for, after she's in a research study, after the research study's done, if they don't want to pay for immunotherapy, I will freaking pay $4,000 a month for her treatment if I need to. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you like think you need a wake up call, and for me that was really it. But yeah, sorry, I went off on a little.
No, that's okay.
That's
I
good.
mean, yeah, it's the truth though too. Like at the end of the day, I mean, sometimes it's just hard work. Like there's no secrets. There's nothing else holding you back other than the fact that like you just need to sit down and put the work in.
Yeah, you need to find your why. What's your why? Like, why do you want to do this? But on a day-to-day basis, you're getting caught up in like doing what you need to do, and sometimes it's hard to like keep your why, why you're doing all this in the forefront of your mind. Like
Right.
there are some days where anything. I was worth of work, which is diluted with Facebook checking too, things like that. And then I went and made cookies with my mom. And I'm like, okay. But tomorrow I'm gonna try and focus. So it's motivation's hard, but I told my cousin Tina, and I know she's not on here, but she's not on merch yet, obviously, because everybody's on a wait list. But she just signed up for my mentors course, and she's on FBA. Like she's gonna start doing FBA, and she's, I kept messaging her saying like, do you start watching the videos of the course yet? Because she was super excited. Like she got access last Thursday, and so at the end of the day, I'm like, hey, did you look at the videos? Yeah. She's like, everything's so busy. I'm gonna, I will get to it once this is done and once that's done. I said, listen, my advice to you is to take action every single day. If all you do is sit down and watch 10 minutes of that video, and that's all you do for the day, that counts. Do something, even if it's small, every single day. When I was working for the government, in between patients and like during my lunch break, I would close my office door and I would work on my Etsy shop on my phone or on the computer. Like some things were blocked, the government computer. Like I would work on things, or I would write plans out, or sometimes just like writing a plan out is an accomplishment. Like a to-do list can be an accomplishment too. So doing like just consistent action every single day. And I was a part of a little mastermind of, just people in my Amazon group that were just getting started. And I had to leave. We had to disband. I had to leave the group because it was the same thing every week. Well, I've been thinking about it. Yeah, everybody's like, I'm thinking about it. And I'm like, I'm doing it. Every week I was like, I'm doing this. And they were like, they had analysis paralysis, and they didn't, they were just stuck in their head and afraid to do something. Just do it. And then if you fail, that's learning too. Like you learn something when you fail. So just take action.
100%.
Don't mortgage your house and like use that money. Like don't take a big risk like that, but like sending, a bundle of 10 products into Amazon that you sourced. That's something, it's not a lot of money, but like you're taking action. You're going to learn how to write a listing. You're going to learn, whatever. So
yeah,
look up Dr. Butler Diet. Yeah, we got her in a study at the University of Michigan. So she's getting immunotherapy, 2 types of immunotherapy. And she goes in every other week. And we found out her cancer has not grown since the last scan. So that means her body is accepting the immunotherapy and recognizing it, and then recognizing the cancer, something to fight. So we're doing, I think, pretty okay so far. But yeah, I might check that out. But I don't know. Like as far as diets go, when you have cancer, it's sort of sometimes you just got to eat to eat, and you want to eat stuff with a lot of calories.
Yeah.
To keep the weight on. So lots of Haagen-Dazs and greasy food. That's how it is, because you want to make the calories count, because your appetite's not good. So
yeah, that's pretty.
So
that's crazy. Go ahead, Matt.
No, I was gonna say I think it's Amanda Balkzar in the chat, Team Merch. I think that's her. Are you coming out to LA for the conference, Kristin?
Yeah, I'm gonna come out.
Nice.
Come out, go to Disneyland too, and
there you go.
I've never been to California.
Never?
Mm-mm.
I got someone inboxed me and said I got you some free tickets to Disneyland, RJ, if you want to go.
My friend has season passes. I think she lives up in something like somewhere near Sacramento, and she's gonna drive down, and we're gonna like hit up Disneyland with her season passes. And
that's cool.
Come with us, I think. I don't know when we're going, but Matt, are you going?
I'll be there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then you have your wife
Erin, yeah, she'll be there too.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm ready. It's gonna be fun. We're actually meeting out this weekend, I believe, too.
Saturday.
Yeah, we're meeting up, a few of us. I'm gonna meet up with Young and Matt.
Awesome.
So it should be pretty fun too as well.
So we'll share all our ninja secrets.
Yeah, yeah, we definitely got to do that. And next year, just private label time. So for sure, it's gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, you should you. Oh, did you guys mention that you have a group or something? A Facebook thing?
We have a private chat. Matt has to invite you.
I don't have to invite you. You're an admin. You can please.
Top secret.
Invite me to the squad.
Squad. For sure. Yeah.
To be Amanda, yeah, she's still getting she gets to see her sales come through, and she's suspended at the same time, and it's so weird.
Oh, I seen something about that earlier. She's suspended.
Yeah. Hopefully not for long. Hopefully not. Shared her experience with everybody, which was awesome. But do you remember my experience, RJ, when I messaged you?
I remember a little bit of it, but not too much. You've been suspended before?
Yeah, we'll start our own squad. No. And now we're gonna start, female kick butt.
I know you guys take over.
Yeah, we're gonna take over. We're gonna have a competition. Men versus women.
Oh, man.
So I messaged you and I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I think I'm gonna get suspended or terminated. So it was when was it? It was November. Was it early November? I started getting all these emails.
Yeah.
And I have Gmail, so it just piles up into one thing, and all of a sudden it's 36. I got 36 takedowns at once.
Oh, okay, I remember now.
Yeah, that was scary. I'm still.
Was
scared.
This over the?
I don't know.
The shipping thing, or?
No, I had it was a trademark word. It was two words that were trademarked, and I had a niche, kind of like Amanda had, where you're just repeating those words over and over again, and you're not thinking about it.
Right.
I didn't think to check. Mine was blatantly trademarked though. Theirs weren't. They had a different thing going on, but mine was Kristin, why didn't you check that? So I freaked out, messaged a bunch of people, and was like, oh my God, and then started, thinking about plan B, what am I going to do? And then I wrote a very apologetic email to Amazon and said, I really value my Merch by Amazon account. I really value your integrity, the integrity of the account and your standards. And I would and here's my plan. I'm going to go through every listing, which I didn't, but I did look through some things, 2,000 listings. But I'm gonna go through my listings and double check and blah, blah, blah. And I just sat there and I refresh I wake up in the middle of the night and I refresh my merch screen and look at my email and see if I was suspended. I haven't been suspended, haven't been terminated. It's been not quite 2 months, but I don't know what makes the difference between why Amanda and her husband got suspended versus me. One thing that I kind of put together was my account is over a year old.
Mm-hmm.
So that was November. My account was 1 year old in September. And then, I don't know what else they take into account, but that was my, I think record number of takedowns and surviving so far.
Well, they're being nice to you, you think?
I think I'm past the, I hope I'm solid, Amanda. Hopefully I'm past the time.
You should be good.
Eric thing. I'm trying not to use anything that could be close. I think I'm at 11 total rejections.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm at 27.
Are you?
I'm be gone any day now, and then everything taken over.
Are you at 6K, RJ?
Yeah, 6K.
Okay.
I'm at 6K with I have let me see. What was it? 27 rejections. and I think there's 3 still stuck in, what is it? Processing. 3 of them.
I
I
have
think I have
50.
processing. I don't know where.
I
Oh,
have,
look, I have 10 sales today now.
yeah, I've got 53 stuck in processing right now. It's driving me insane.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Got
it's 4. They're probably the same teachers from like 3 months ago.
I got 5 cancellations today.
I've had
Okay.
5. Yeah, I made a whopping $50 today. So, woo.
I made a whopping 124.
That's better than me. Oh my gosh.
130.
130.
Okay.
Sell some long sleeves. So yeah. Okay.
I was gonna look at some of the question.
Okay, let's answer a couple questions in here. Let's do this.
What is the tool to see if your ASINs are active or being throttled? So I was looking. Well, the tool I was looking at was more looking at like what's in stock. It'll show you like what's in stock versus not in stock, if that makes sense. For like if you go into your listing itself, it'll show you what color sizes, which variations are actually in stock, and that was called REVS and seller, one word.
You're going to the actual listing, right?
Yeah. Which I'm not like actually check every single listing I have. I was just kind of curious and sort of looking around, and I'm trying not to put too much thought into like what they're actually doing because it doesn't matter. But sometimes I just get curious to see what my listing is looking like. But I don't know if that's the tool or if there's another one.
I'm not sure if it's just me, but it seems like women like to buy men's shirts more than their actual women's shirts.
It depends. Yeah, I'll do some men's shirts for sure for myself.
We list all of our designs there.
Golden Girls. Section at Meyer today.
Yeah, we list all of our designs for women on men's also. Like we don't leave it just for women's, just because they don't have any plus sizes for any of the women's sizes.
Well, my philosophy with like choosing youth women or men's or whatever is I told my cousin, like when he was doing my uploads, I said, if it's not something that shouldn't be for kids, if it's not like, obviously if it's alcohol, something risque, or whatever that's just not appropriate for kids, don't choose the youth size. Otherwise, just choose it, because let's say a parent's looking for something for their kid and they see that actually is more for an adult in there, but it's like the same topic, they might buy it for themselves. So I figure more exposure in the search results can't hurt.
Yeah.
I'm obviously not going to put a beer drinker shirt in kid size because that just seems wrong to me. So
like, what if it's like a midget or something like that, a smaller person, a smaller human being?
That's true. That's true.
That's what I thought about. Just might as well. At least it's there.
More exposure. I just feel like it's just more exposure. You never know. It could pop up a little bit more in the search results, and who knows? Like, we don't get all that data. We don't know how people are finding our stuff, what they're searching for. But that's kind of my philosophy when I'm actually like creating the listing itself. I'll choose all 3 of those things. Why not?
That's it.
You don't know what either. Yeah.
All right.
And then Samir, I don't kneel is trademarked today.
Yeah.
So to be cautious of that.
Wonder who trademarked that.
I don't know. That's so lame.
Let's see. Okay, I think there was a question right there. I can't see it. Man.
Anybody have any fun questions? Question time.
Any questions? A couple more.
His name was Chase.
His name was Jerry.
Chase is a jerk face. He might be on here. He might be on merch. He might be a merch person. People do that. Okay, so I'm in a lot of Etsy, like hand like what I would do, I would make hand stamped bracelets. That was like my thing, and I was like really good at it. But then my neck started hurting, and that was the whole thing, and I couldn't do it anymore. But I'm in a lot of groups that. So like with the hand stamped stuff, like, you know, you stamp phrases into jewelry and people like that, or they people engrave it too. So I'm in a bunch of different groups, and people are constantly checking the trademarks because all these people, they like to trademark these common phrases that everybody's using, and then they go police it in Etsy and like order people to take stuff down. And I don't know why. I don't know. I don't understand the whole thing. Trademarking stuff that, like, you know, they did not create that phrase. Like, you didn't create it. It's not your brand. I have no idea. Yeah, go take him down.
Yeah.
He's like, Dave knows where. Dave almost has his address already. Uh-oh. There's gonna be a mob.
I know.
Dave's gonna like organize a mob with like pitchforks and torches, and they're gonna go after Chase. And they're gonna knock on the door and it'll be like, like, hey, oh no.
We're here for your trademark.
We got your back.
It's open for opposition. What does it mean? I think people can file paperwork that says like, no, you didn't create that, or that's not, I had that phrase before you. I don't know what exactly that process is like, but I think you can fight it. I don't understand. But if anything's like in the process of being trademarked or what, I don't even touch it. Or if something's trademarked and it's not for, and this is just my philosophy. If something is trademarked and it's something like jewelry or just something that's not t-shirts or apparel, I still don't touch it. It's not worth it to me to like risk another takedown after 30 seconds.
We kind of do the same thing. Like we steer really wide of anything that might possibly be infringing.
The whole language, yeah. Is it $200? I have my brand name trademarked that I use on Etsy and I use on my FBA just because.
How long did that take?
Worth it.
How long did that take for you to do that?
I don't remember. It was when I was on Etsy, so I wasn't as like, I don't know. I was working. I don't remember how long it took. I'd have to look through the emails. I try to be a smart girl. I really try, Amanda.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know, Samir. I think on Amazon, I don't know how that works. Because my takedown was legit, and I had one other takedown for one of those like the sky shirts with the thumbs, and someone said that they created it or something. Like, I'm not gonna fight it. So I had one other takedown in my history.
So thoughts on
maybe Chase is Triple G Mavs or whatever Jeremiah said.
I think she's a girl. Triple G's Mavs is a girl. That's what I'm thinking. Thoughts on things might get back to normal for merch.
You know what? Whenever somebody writes that, I'm like, let me get the Miss Cleo gif. You know, with like Crystal. I think
it's February.
February? No. I have so much I want to do. When is
the winter? It might be closer though. It might be just January.
Yeah. It'll be
yeah, go ahead.
It'll be a week tomorrow since the first people got unlocked because we got unlocked last Thursday. So I'm hoping it'll kind of be like on a weekly basis. That's kind of my hope. But they said it's going to be slow, like a slow process. Basically, is what the dashboard said. So I think it's going to take a while.
Really slow because after that initial wave, I didn't see anybody else say that was it, which was crazy. Thanks, Merch. Get my hopes up. My hopes and dreams.
There's a few of them in the group. There's a few of them in the group for sure that are on the team merch. So they're in the group. They're just like monitoring, looking at stuff.
I love merch so much. Follow the rules. And I really liked making $9,600. And hope I do that month. That'd be awesome.
96 in November?
Yeah. Do you see why I was upset?
Dang.
Yeah, for sure.
It was so good. That's okay.
I thought I was going to hit that this month. But.
So Samir says, thoughts on movie lines that are not trademarked. They're all over the place on Amazon. Should I be worried having one? Samir, this is my philosophy, and you can follow it, you cannot follow it. If I'm inspired by a movie, a movie, a song, a commercial, I'm not going to use it. That's what I do. That doesn't mean that's what everybody does. Obviously, if you look on merch, that is not what everybody does.
Yeah.
I think I literally like one T-shirt that was like a parody. It was from Even Parody. So Dave has a point. See, Dave's right. Yeah, movie like things are copyrighted.
Yeah.
Just because they're not like a data. I mean,
the only
I don't know how the law works. I don't know.
Right. The only takedown we've ever had was from a thing from a TV show. It wasn't a line or anything else. It was just like character names. And it was right at the beginning. We didn't know any better. We're stupid, and like it got taken down like 2 weeks after posting it. And after that, it's just like, nope, not touching it. Like we were scared to death we were gonna get our account terminated because we were brand new.
Oh yeah, you could have.
For sure.
For sure. Yeah, I just stay away from it. I really do. And then that's the thing. Like my cousin coming to work for me sometimes. I told him to come up with shirt ideas, and he's like, "Oh, I've seen this video." Blah, blah. That's really what I told him is if you are inspired by something, I'm not touching it. You do you. You don't have an account, but if you do, you do. I do my account, and I like the money. I like the money that I'm getting. I like the money that I'm getting with just thinking, kind of generic, and then niching down. Like, okay, I've got a unicorn shirt that sells. Let me mix unicorn with. And see if that sells, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like to cross my niches together, like come up with new ideas there. Like this shirt selling, this shirt selling. What if I combine these two niches into one T-shirt? What would happen? So yeah, like that. Like there are so many ideas in the world, in my opinion. But if you had like a secret second account, which I do not have, Amazon people, I do not have that. That you want to experiment with, that is one option, I guess. But or a family members that you want to experiment with. I did take over a little bit to help her out because she's super busy. I made her $100, I think. I don't have to go on her account until the throttle. Like I made her like $100 through the past like couple weeks with it, and I got her tiered up to 25 tier. So very proud.
That's nice.
Which she'll never give me the money. Thought it was just a saying. Now it's $5. I need to. Oh, you can still kill it, Samir. I hate to tell you, or maybe I'm glad to tell you. If you want to take it down, you can delete T-shirts still. Niche perfect. But yeah, you can delete shirts during the freeze.
Yeah, because there's I had a lot of the Don't Kneel shirts, and I just deleted them today or yesterday.
Like dilly dilly one?
No dilly dilly ones. Never. Too scared. I know a couple people that have them on their Etsy stores, and they're like they're killing it on Etsy, but they have dilly dilly shirts on their store, so that's one of the reasons why they're killing it too.
Right.
And it's
but if they're capable Etsy to take them down, they would do that.
Mm-hmm.
But Etsy usually doesn't quite police it themselves. It's usually somebody saying, I have this trademark or this is my thing. Etsy's a little bit different than Amazon, but
because on Etsy you can do movie quotes. A lot of people are doing them.
You can. You can. After you. Like if
it's the same. Yeah, exactly.
Whereas Amazon might decide just to take them all down for whatever reason. I don't understand what they do, but
so we ran into that with Etsy last year. My wife was designing koozies because there's a couple PODs that do koozies, and if you use the word koozie, Koozie, koozie comes after you.
It's supposed to, but you can use the COOZIE.
No, they said you weren't allowed to do any of that. Yeah, like that, whether they were actually going to follow up with it or not, but she pulled down the listing because she didn't want to deal with it. But it depends on the brand and how aggressive they're willing to be to go after you.
Okay. So that makes me want to go through a couple of my FBA items. So on your in your like regular Amazon listing, you can put keywords in fields called the search term fields. And you should not put brand names or anything like that. They can shut your listing down. But like if you have something that's trademarked in the back end, even though it's not in your visual listing, Amazon can still know that and suspend your listing. So koozie, I'm going to go through some of my beer related products and I'm going to look at that back end because I might have used koozie.
We had no idea. We were just like, that's what it's called. How could that be trademarked? Yeah. This is before we knew any of this stuff.
Right. So any more questions?
Yeah, let's
Who killed Tupac? No, I'm kidding.
Who killed Tupac? Just some random guy. The Patton brothers. That's what they're trying to get at, or something like that.
I don't know. I kind of like stop. Sometimes I get so.
But they said not to give the evidence that gun. It said it in the police report not to give to the Las Vegas Police Department.
I was looking for
That's
some
crazy.
on YouTube here. No, they said. Didn't they say they gave it the clean version, the clean versions of Tupac songs? Because that'd be really bad for anybody with children in their room. That'd be really bad. But yeah, I don't know. People just don't want to snitch. It's not really something people do. So
Yeah.
mystery. Is there
I
a
was like, oh.
Biggie? Didn't they do a Biggie series?
Uh-huh.
I have to watch that one.
I like watching documentaries. That's my thing.
And then I watched what's that guy's name? The one that killed his pregnant wife? The Peterson guy. That dude in California, Modesto, whatever. There was a series on A&E about him. So that one, I was like, ooh, I like those like crime, like true crime. Like, have you seen?
I do too.
Keeper on one on Netflix?
Mm-mm.
It's like called Keepers or The Keeper. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
That's a good one. You show it it's like a crime one, like a murder crime. It's like really good.
Okay, you can send that to me. I'll message you on that one next right now after this.
All right.
Talking.
Huh?
Message her and get her email and go ahead and add her to the chat.
Okay,
right.
Perfect. So we're gonna finish it up right here. And so, what advice do you have for those? All right, go ahead and answer that question. Let's get that question.
Buy yourself out.
Buy yourself out.
If I had to start over, I would just buy myself out. I'd buy 100 shirts and just, you know what I mean? Well, not immediately, but I would just probably buy myself out up to 100. And, I know the niches that sell right now for my big account. So I'd probably, focus on, I don't know, 100 tier and below.
Kristin's gangster. I was on the way to do. Did you know Printful offers the volume discount? I was actually on my way, and then all of a sudden the sales have stopped today.
Yep.
I was on my way.
For sure. I gotta bounce, guys.
Okay. All right. Finish this up.
Right. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Thank you everyone for joining, and then that's about it. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.